A motorcycle accident on the Beartooth Highway Saturday afternoon has left one man dead and another injured. According to Montana Highway Patrol, around 3 p.m., a man was killed after his motorcycle went off the side of the road and crashed. The crash also sent a female passenger to a Billings hospital with unknown injuries. According to Trooper Brandon Tim, she was flown to Billings by Guardian Flight out of Cody, Wyoming. The motorcycle was driving north on U.S. Highway 212 when about a half-mile north of the state line, it failed to properly negotiate a turn. The motorcycle then went off the right side of the road, crashing into a dry creek bed of rocks and overturned. Both riders were tossed and landed on the rocks, Tim said. The man's age and hometown were not available, and both riders were wearing helmets. Well, after a mild and wet spring and so far this summer, Montana fire season has been slow, but officials at the Forest Service say that does not mean we're in the clear. As temperatures are on the rise this coming week and fuel really starts to dry out, fire season can come and spread quickly. Two of the main reasons we see wildfires starting are lightning and human activity. Now, although lightning fires cannot be prevented, you should be doing everything you can to not start a fire yourself by making sure campfires are completely out and cold, making sure chains on trailers are tight and not dragging, and discarding cigarettes correctly. And as a person who lives in and around wildland or grain fields, you always have to be prepared. Well, the number one cause of death for teens ages 16 to 19 in America are car crashes. Now, according to the Montana Department of Transportation, from 2019 to 2018, 160 teens died on Montana highway roadways. This weekend, the Ford Driving Skills for Life program made a stop in Billings with the hope to reduce those numbers. Q2's Mitch Laggy was there.
Ford Driving Skills for Life is a program that's been traveling across the world for 16 years, spreading the message of safety. Teens with their permit or license can enroll in the free program that's much more than your average driver's education class.
We don't focus on rules of the road. We're looking at advanced driving skills. Well, we focus on four major areas that tend to be causes of most fatal crashes, and those are issues around speed management, space management, vehicle handling, and recognizing hazards. It's all about making better decisions.
Here at Ford Driving Skills for Life, the courses are actually designed to make you lose control of the car. Like these Mustangs, they're equipped with casters so that if you crank the wheel above 50 miles an hour, you're going to spin out.
We let them spin out once or twice to let them feel what it's like. We teach them how to control that. So I think by far the Mustangs and the vehicle handling course is one of the most popular. And actually it's one that's very beneficial because when you're going down the road later, the back end will get loose a little bit, but they'll automatically know what to do.
For recognizing hazards, teens drive a car around a loop while texting to help them understand how hard it is to negotiate obstacles while distracted. Another course focuses on high-speed lane changes and high-speed stops. The goal is to ingrain good habits into new drivers.
Instead of just freezing up in a situation, hopefully by doing some of these things, they're going to know how to react the right way.
Well, we want them to have a little more experience than they've already had. We don't want them to be overconfident or underconfident. So bringing their experience level up, because the real issue is a lack of experience. And then as it relates to distracted and impaired driving, making sure they just don't even think about doing those things.
And hopefully, driving fatalities among teenagers will be brought to zero. In Billings, Mitch Laggy, MTN News.
Thank you, Mitch. And in case you were wondering, Mitch did get to drive the Mustang and may have managed to hit just a few cones. Well, the Big Sky State Games finished today, and on Friday, a 17-year-old from Anaconda had the honor of singing the national anthem at the opening ceremony. And although she has sung at her school's games, this was quite special for her.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
It's pretty exciting, just especially because I've done it for my school games all the time, and it's a lot bigger than just a high school game.
It's pretty special. She's been doing this her whole life. It's been a dream for her forever, and I'm excited to see her reach her dreams.
My music teacher, her name's Kim Larango, she pushed me to do the national anthem at my school games, and I really didn't want to at first, but she told me I had the voice for it, and so I started doing it, and I fell in love with it.
This is pretty big. You know, she wants to get her name out there, and she's really something special. So I'm excited to see where she goes with this.
Streaming, and the rockets
It's heartwarming just because it's the national anthem. It's my country, so I think it's an honor to sing it, and it's just all around exciting.
Well, it's such an honor. You know, my grandfather actually just passed in April. He was a vet, and so we have a lot of respect for, you know, the people that are here and the people that experience what they go through and fight for America, and we're very proud to be here.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, congratulations to Madison. And what's next for her? Well, she has more dreams and says she will be auditioning for American Idol in September. Good luck to her. Well, stay with us. More to come on the 5:30 news. 50 years ago, Neil Armstrong first set foot on the moon. But the actual first step was taken 50 years ago today. After the break, we head to a museum in Bozeman where you can find some of the Apollo 11 history. Later in sports, we sit down with a golfing legend to talk about his 2 careers in the sport and why he's been in Montana for 20 years. But first, let's check in with Brett Crumman over in the Weather Center.
Yeah, we had a beautiful day today. Let's take a look at the current conditions right now. We're sitting at 80 degrees right now. We do have an east breeze at 14 miles an hour. Our relative humidity is at 34% and our barometric pressure is currently falling. But things are going to heat up. A ridge of high pressure is in the area. We'll talk about that with your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora, Storm Tracker Weather with Rob Griggs, and Sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.